Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 2 of our Spelljammer stream, The Sea of Night. So, last time on Spelljammer, aka Spelljammin', aka Spelljammin'.
Nailed it.
Yeah, definitely got it. Our heroes all made it to the Rock of Brawl from various different parts. Two of them are semi-experienced citizens of space. Professor Chimken Erdnuss, who we learned is a professor in that if you profess something to be true, you are a professor. A seller of tonics and artificer artillerist. And Hester of Great Plains from a bit cagey about where she was from, but a halfling wizard who has been in space for a little bit.
You probably haven't heard of it as well.
And then our two new space travelers, Storm of Stars and Marley, who came up from Toril to the Rock of Brawl, and they all met. They hit it off. They interviewed some potential Spelljammer captains. They threw Pants and Dent right out of the running. Just gone.
No, thank you.
No war forward.
No, thank you. Trousers and dirt.
And then there was a bit of debate between the captain of the Centurion Hawk, Alvar, his giant space hamster, and Gif, and the space grandma you never had. You can take my rank, but you can't take this guy from me. Mm-hmm. Bit of a debate there, but we decided on Gnomish Han Solo.
She's on call.
The dice decided.
Yeah.
I still think we've made a mistake, but that's in retrospect.
So, you all were told where to meet Alvar and get on the Centurion Hawk, and he left to go prepare the ship. So you guys are still at the bar, but you can do whatever you want if you just want to cut to the docking bay. That's cool too. Or if you need to say anything.
Where we get a look at the Centurion Hawk?
Where you will get a look at the Centurion Hawk.
Yeah,
I wonder what it looks like.
I do think smash cut to standing outside the garbage vessel that's got to be ferrying us through space is probably the
what
right
a hunk
call.
of junk!
You came in that thing?
Damn you, Andrew!
Sorry.
I was sitting on that.
Sorry.
You're braver than I thought. There, I finished the
there
line.
We go.
Very nice.
So you guys see what looks like the hull of a tugboat, and at the back of it, it has a bunch of paddle wheels of all varying shapes and sizes that have been welded to the back of this thing. It's got a little.
What?
It's got a little
paddle wheels.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's got the little kind of captain's chamber that's on tugboats. That little one room that's got no back wall, and behind that is a bunch of various steam pipes of all different shapes and sizes. And then the hull seems to be welded together of different materials and metals, and they're all kind of different. It's like a car that you had to buy a part that wasn't the right color. It's just that. And it's got two medium-sized ballistas at the kind of on either side of the front, and they seem to swivel.
How
long?
What are the rough? May I ask, what are the rough dimensions of the vessel?
It's about 90 feet long, and is about 30 feet wide at its widest, and it's that wide most of the way down. It gets short. Okay. It gets narrower at the front, but it's pretty much just a big slab.
And is it like a single-decked vessel, or is there a below?
There is a below
decks?
deck. There is a below deck, yeah. And there's a little lander that you guys can walk up to the top deck from the ground.
Okay. Wow.
I'm gonna say quietly to my companions, will this thing actually fly through space?
Fly through space?
Not what I expected.
know.
Is it too late to go talk to the old
That's
elf
what
lady?
I was thinking.
Yes, I never heard of metal floating through the phlogiston.
I just feel like as soon as it takes off, it's just going to fall straight down forever.
Yes.
Listen, I'm new to space, but this looks like a hunk of junk.
But
And
isn't
I
it
will
about
say
the
that
magic?
loudly.
Yes.
It's
Isn't
not
it
like there's not like a big
I mean,
giant
isn't
bird.
it about the magic that makes it fly? I mean, the vessel itself is kind of a conceit,
yes,
really. I mean, isn't that how?
the magic is supposed to make it fly? Yes, but this is the most inelegant spell jamming vessel I think I've ever seen.
It's the only one I've ever seen, really.
I keep waiting for a large slug-like creature to.
Because I feel like it's more spell jacking.
Ooh. I can't.
I feel like we're being spell jerked around right
Yes.
Alvar kind of appears from the little cabin and walks down the gangplank, and he's taking off his like gloves because he was clearly just fixing something, and he kind of taps the side of it, and one of the ballistas kind of starts to shake, and he looks at it for a second, and it stops, and he's like, I know, rather impressive, did a lot of the work myself.
You came in that thing? You're braver than I thought. I came up with that. That was mine. I did it first. Well, we get what we pay for. I'll give you 100 gold for the whole thing.
What? No.
And then
we talked about this, kid. It made the glyph run in less than 12 footlongs. The ship's worth it, I'll tell you what.
Who's his sidekick? Who's the Chewbacca?
Warminster.
We haven't met him yet.
Yeah.
No, Warminster's Lando.
Warminster's Lando.
Yeah,
So
space-
you can see the GIF is kind of carrying a giant like case of, it's like a, you know, like a wooden crate that has like a comical cartoon bomb in it and like a bunch of guns sticking out of it. And he's just kind of walking around the deck with that and picking up guns from the deck of the ship and putting them in, like he has to clean up now. And then you can see just this giant space hamster. It's the size of a brown bear, kind of waddle from below deck and then kind of like fall over onto its side and start to like pant like it's out of breath.
Can I go and pet its belly?
Yeah, just don't get too close to his face.
Like, is there any audible rattling as the GIF walks around?
Oh yeah, no. And as soon as the space hamster flopped over, one of the steam pipes at the back fell off. That is supposed to do that. It's a stealth mode.
Okay, I'm a diviner. Can I? I don't really have a look into the future.
Hey, Chimken, do you have like any like truth potions or anything?
Do I have truth potions? Let's see my list. Well, I have nerve syrup for nervous prostration, dyspepsia, dropsy.
The hamster has dropsy.
Really?
He dropped, I see.
Well, yeah. Then my nerve syrup will come in handy.
Okay, I would like to go up the gangplank, I suppose they call it.
He'll step aside and say, "After you, Your Highness."
Yeah, don't touch me. Okay, thank you.
No.
I would like to flag down this GIF.
And he'll very, very carefully kind of line up his his box to the ground and then just casually drop it as he stomps over to you.
Okay. Yes. Warminster. Yes. Pleased to meet you. You're kind, and I hope I'm not out of bounds here, are pretty good in the Phlogiston, and you're on this ship. Please give me any confidence we will make it out of the atmosphere, let alone the sphere. Please.
He'll say, "Oh, yes, quite. Made the trip dozens of times. Jolly good."
Jolly good. Yes. Which trip?
Oh. In and out of the atmosphere, my dear friend.
Yes. To the end of the sphere.
Almost certainly, we have almost done that.
Nope. I'm getting off. Nope, that was your chance. Oh, God. Is there something wrong with your spamster? What are they? Spamster. I'm close. Anyway, yes. It has the dropsy. I would like to go back down the gangplank.
Dropsy.
I am having second thoughts. My friends, there's a reason this only costs $100. Gold.
Space dollars.
Listen, I'm just having first thoughts confirmed. So
Yeah, yes.
Are you saying you want to go with one of the other options?
Well,
Look, come out with it. You don't have to dither, shimmy sham, whatever.
it's a pile of junk.
So you keep saying. So I mean, why should we go forward if that's your belief?
Well, the Glithron is quite impressive.
Is
Is that certified by like a board? Does Hoyle recognize your high score?
Hoyle.
Alvar will say, "I have several witnesses.
Are any of them still alive?
Yeah, Warminster, Bubsy,
Who's Bubsy?
the giant space hamster."
Bubsy. Well, can we just have a minute, Alvar?
Sure. I can give you
Thank
a
you.
test run if you want, but I assure you, it's in tip-top shape. And then
All right, Hubble.
he goes up, and Warminster has taken off some kind of panel and is like fixing something. "You're doing this now? I'm trying to get us out of here."
No. This one goes here. That one goes there.
I feel like I should do an insight check, but I also feel like he truthfully believes what he's saying.
So okay, real talk here. Do we want to renegotiate this? Do we want to go with one of the other options if they're still around, or even someone we haven't met yet?
Well, I fear for the sake of hilarity, we have to take this vessel. And we've already agreed that, so I presume that Andy spent some time planning it. But
You guys can do whatever you want, but
I have to be in character, pretty standoffish about this whole thing.
I see.
But it's going to be hilarious to get my academic ass onto this dirty space vessel. So, I am going to go buy some duty-free whiskey at that stand over there from that suspicious-looking gentleman who means me no good. And that should do it. I'm just saying, I backpacked through Europe. You can do this. It's fine. But if you'd like to vote, I vote. Anyone else? Except for pants and dirt.
So as she's walking to get the whiskey, I turn to Marley and Chimken and say, "Is she insane? What was she talking about?"
Hey, I'm just trying to protect my core personality. Pre-stream jokes. They always work well.
Maybe she's just making fun of me because I'm new at this, but I can't tell.
I think she's just nervous.
What do you?
Perhaps she has a female complaint.
That may be.
I'm not sure how they work. I have a remedy.
Sorry to hear that. What do you think, Marley? You're extra planar. You've been around.
I don't know. This is looking awful fishy to me. And I got to see the giant space hamster, so I'm pretty set as far as like this situation.
As far as the personal bucket list is concerned,
I gave it a
satisfied, and we. So okay, real talk here. Who then? Do we want to go with this wizened general type?
I mean, she seemed pretty cool to me.
Able, certainly, right?
Yeah.
Someone who, I mean, this guy seems pretty scrappy.
There's no way this thing did 12 foot longs. No way.
I can't even eat that much at a single sitting. I mean,
why would you want to?
Exactly.
Why is he bragging about it?
Exactly. Right. So, yeah. I mean,
that's how you get dropsy, because fluid collects in your lower extremities. Yeah, heart congestion. It's not good.
Heart. My heart is my upper core, not in any lower extremity. What kind of being is? I think he looks like a gnome.
I just looked up dropsy and.
Are we talking about how we don't trust gnomes yet?
Gnomes are fun. You know what? You know what they say. Stick with the person that you brought to the prom. We picked this character, and I say we go down with the ship.
Oh, see,
my monocle. I'll put on my monocle. It makes like animated images, and I'll do an image of the ship like taking off the dock, and then just like speed lines, and it's just dropping forever.
Chim,
that's us.
Yes, you had me right up into your final metaphor.
That's us. Worst case scenario. Not so bad.
Warminster, these boxes. Thank you. You there, scoundrel. This test flight that you're going to give us, it will be free with the money deliverable upon our not death on the other side of the sphere, yes?
Yeah, that's agreeable.
Do you owe money to anyone? I'm looking around for like a giant slug.
Yeah, he'll say, I don't think that's any of your business now, is it, kid?
I'm looking for like Baba the smut.
The yogi, yeah.
Baba. But he will say, now if we're done talking though, I'd love to get going.
Any second, stormtroopers are showing up. But
yes, I look around for any long-nosed, maybe droids chirping into little communicators. No, for the sake of comedy, I'm going on this vessel.
I mean, it's just a test run, right? We can always back out if we don't die.
Yes.
Sure, we'll be fine.
We'll just land on the space hamster.
We might want to make our land on the space hamster. It does look very fluffy. I would like to write my last will and testament before we take off, but other than that, I'm ready to go.
Yes, well,
I leave my formulae to the guy at the gym who loaned me his sneakers.
Ooh, Can I have anything?
Sure, why not?
Sweet, what do I get?
Actually, I'll show you my swanky Artificer gear. I have this ring, which looks like a water clock. It sheds bright light in a 5-foot radius. I have an earring. When I tap it, it plays a recorded message that lasts up to 6 seconds. Right now, it's just, Chimken's not here right now. He's sleeping. I have a music box. I push the button, and it emits an odor or a normal sound. So right now, it's just like flower smell. And my monocle makes static visual effect pictures or text up to 25 words. So maybe I'll project like, we're all going to die.
What a bunch of marvelous gewgaws you have.
Mm-hmm.
Can I see what my chamber will look like?
Sure. And he'll walk up and he'll take you guys below deck, where you can see what looks like his room, and it's kind of, a little hammock and a big fluffy bed for the space hamster. And as you're walking in below deck, you notice that the hallways are very cramped, and that most of them have like a bright, kind of semi-clear tube running alongside all of them. And it kind of weaves in and out of various rooms.
Cool.
Did you sacrifice half of your space for a giant habit trail?
Look, he gets mad if you can't do his laps.
But a GIF fits down here.
Yeah, and the GIF is like as small as he could be sideways, squeezing behind all of you.
On your left, on your all of it.
Just move. Please just move.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, and you pass his room, and it's just like wall to wall, like guns, and the head of some kind of space insect mounted to it. But
Okay.
And a bunch of medals are kind of in a display case. And he walks you up to 4 little rooms. They currently have a hammock in them and a water basin filled with actually very clean looking water. And like each one has a desk that he has made out of a barrel. So it's like, kind of the top half of the barrel is like a writing area, and then you kind of cut out part of it and pulled it out for a little chair.
Oh, DIY.
Oh my god. Does this door have a lock on it?
Yes, please, yes.
There are more beaded curtains.
Sweet, sweet privacy. Last.
Is there a crow's nest?
Can I tie my curtain in a knot?
Sure.
So man, I'm really regretting not taking alarm as a ritual.
Is there a crow's nest?
There isn't a crow's nest. There's just kind of that little captain portion of the boat that lets you look out, but there's nothing really elevated that lets you see terribly far. But there's also no sails that would obstruct your vision, so if you just go to the front of the ship, you can kind of see all around.
What's the highest point of the ship?
The highest point of the ship would be either if you clambered on top of some of the paddle wheels, or the most stable position is the top of that little captain's thing, which is about 10 feet off the deck of the ship.
Okay. I might climb up there and sleep in a box or something.
Well, wonderful. I suppose we'll be pushing off soon.
He'll say, "Yeah, I just have to get it started."
I suppose there's some kind of crank for that.
He'll say, "Well, you're more than welcome to watch."
Doesn't need to get jumped by another ship.
Are you yourself a spelljammer?
I am.
Where's the footlongs, friend?
Yes. No, I want to see this. I'm going to the deck.
Well, he says the helm is below deck.
Oh, well then what's the little... You're just like seeing space? What's the little...
Well, he says that's for people above deck.
You're ridiculous. Everything about you is ridiculous. Yes, no, let's see you...
He says when you're in the helm, you can see all around no matter where you are in the ship. It's
Absolutely,
magic,
Space Man.
okay? That's how
you do not have to
magic
explain
works.
magic to me. Excuse me. Thank you very much. I went to an accredited floating college. And where did you matriculate?
Around.
Yes, probably Great Plains Community College. I was in the conversation for runner-up for class clown. Okay, so yes, let's go, Bright Eyes. Let's go.
Heard it was second runner-up, but whatever.
I was in the conversation.
He'll walk down the hallway that he's in, and you can hear kind of thump, 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 thump as the little hamster, or as the giant hamster, is now squeezed himself into the tubes, and he's scurrying towards the front of the ship. And he pops out into the control room, which just has a bunch of gauges and levers all over the place. As Alvar walks in, he kind of flicks a glass tube that you can see a bunch of steam methods kind of start to spin around in. And then...
Can you just be clicking a bunch of stuff?
Yeah. And he starts...
Even if it's just waking up various steam methods, that's all I want.
And he starts flipping all the levers, all the gauges go. The giant space hamster gets into a wheel and starts...
Oh, no.
going. And then he sits in a chair that has a bunch of gears all over it. He puts a little, like, Cerebro helmet on. His eyes go white, and then a bunch of arcane symbols and runes run up the side of the chair, and all the gears start turning. And then you can feel the ship kind of lurch backward and start to raise out of the docking bay.
Wow.
I would have lost that bet. I put 5 gold next to him because I lost that bet in my mind. Okay. Well.
Is the ship like crazy shaking?
No. It's loud, but it's fairly smooth on the uptake.
What does it sound like?
It sounds like kind of all the gears are going at once, so it's kind of very clackety in here, and then you can hear steam is pouring out the back of it, and every once in a while it kind of toots.
And it's like the old school Windows 98 startup sound.
Right. Okay.
It's a baud rate modem. Well,
okay, so we're lifting off.
Mm-hmm.
This is a bit of a shite show, but Marley, Storm, you probably owe it to yourselves to be up on deck for this.
Yeah, I'm on the roof.
Oh,
Yeah,
Of the thing. I've been
okay.
watching.
Yeah, and
I'll rush up there.
Warminster kind of takes his position in the little captain's hut, and
that's what it's called.
I don't know what they're I don't know. Boat hat.
It's the boat hat.
And all the paddle wheels are spinning and clacking. And yeah, you pretty smoothly take off, and you start to leave the atmosphere of the moon. And Warminster says, "Well, where are we going?" He'll say,
Away, my dear Warminster.
"Interspherical or into the flow?"
Oh,
Say, to adventure.
Not a location.
Yeah. Just point and go out there.
Kind of look to see where you're pointing. Kind of shake his head. No.
We're new here.
Oh.
Into the flow, please.
And he'll take a little, like, You know, like one of those gramophone, like tube things, and he'll
old-timey communication,
and he'll scream into it, "To the flow!"
Who's he screaming at?
He's
the captain down below.
Screaming at the captain down below. And he'll say, "Now, that will take some time."
Yes, we didn't negotiate based on time, though, did we, Warminster?
No, I'm just managing expectations.
Oh, yes. Right to do so, I'm sure. Thank you.
Good ship. Pip, pip.
Is it? And I cast Detect Thoughts. Because I'm sure it wore off from last time I cast it.
He's just... So his surface thoughts are gun, 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 charge. And then you see him picturing himself... And then you see him picturing himself punch a mummy.
Yes, it's Hippo Theodore Roosevelt. Yeah. Terrific. Terrific. Well, we're safe, at least. Okay. Yes, I am rather done with this sphere. So, what do you anticipate our time to the flow?
He'll say 15 days.
That's not bad. We'll see if you make it. And then I shall personally give you the 100 gold. I'm going below decks. Thank you. I'd like to sadly look at a locket picture, which the audience can't see yet. Close it and go below decks. Where I'm going to take my hammock and move it into whichever one Marley's room is.
Ooh, are we going to have girl time?
We're going to have travel in a group time. We should stick together. Have you ever gone backpacking in Europe?
I've gone caravanning through Faerun.
Very similar, I'm sure. The point is, sleep with your back to the wall, lock the door, stick together.
Sounds about right.
At night, we're tying this beaded curtain into some kind of net.
I was gonna say, how do you lock a beaded curtain?
We will find a way. Courage, Marley. Courage.
I don't think that's how you pronounce it.
I'm certain it is. But, okay.
Did you... maybe you learned that at school. I don't know.
Yes, I did go to university. You'll get very tired of hearing me say.
Is that going to be her catchphrase?
Almost certainly. Some people come from river towns. I went to...
Some people have a boating proficiency or climbing proficiency. Other people come from universities.
Either way, you've probably never heard of it.
You have not heard of it, I guarantee.
Okay.
So what do we do for like 15 days?
Oh, yes.
Anybody bring
I
cards?
did buy a case of duty-free whiskey, which was, I guess, my itinerary.
Is that going to last 15 days? Sounds like a good night.
Yes. No, I hope someone has a gaming set in their starting equipment.
I do.
Excellent. Phew. Good. I have a land vehicle proficiency, which is going to do fuck all in space. So, it's good someone thought ahead. Yes, none of my spells provide entertainment.
I think Storm said he plays music, right?
Ah, yes.
Maybe he could play us a ditty.
I hope he knows more than one. Yes, well, now that our hammocks are together and I think strategically placed, and we can take down the second beaded curtain to kind of create like a snare.
We've got this whole bunk situation all owned.
Yes. I've stayed in some very shady hostels.
Take the beads off and put them like on the floor so that when you walk in, you like. Whoa.
Yes. Yes, I suppose we should now meet with our new traveling companions and, yes, determine what we should do for our entertainments.
All right.
Let's see. I also have artisan's tools. That's not going to be very entertaining.
Okay.
Andrew,
Yes.
I would like to stand approximately 30 feet, or position myself in a way that I am about 30 feet from our captain,
Mm-hmm.
our spamster,
Okay.
and the GIF, and use my wand of enemy detection.
None of them are hostile towards you.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
And the hamster has stopped running in the wheel and is just asleep at the captain's feet. He's only necessary to start it up.
Aww. Can I do a little doodle the space hamster when I get a chance?
Sure.
Sweet.
He's got Chewbacca's
As
band
Marley or Soup?
Both.
Yes.
There's all kinds of different giant space hamsters too. There's ones that have like saber-toothed tiger fangs. The most famous one is a miniature giant space hamster, which
Yes.
what the hell's his name?
Minsk and Boo.
Minsk and Boo. So
Yes.
it is a miniature giant space hamster, which means it is the size of a regular hamster.
It is simply a hamster.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Go for the
I did not
eyes,
know that
Boo.
part.
Yes.
I did not know that part about Boo.
So, looking around, the ship is cramped. He's clearly cobbled it together. You know, the inside is similarly cobbled together as the outside. But it's running smoother than you would think. And you're moving pretty fast from what you can tell.
Difficult to tell until you get closer to the end of the sphere.
Yeah. But you can see behind you the saloon and the tiers of saloon are getting smaller. Toril is getting smaller, and you can see pretty far around you, and you can see other little star-like things and little dots that seem colored, so maybe they're planetoids of some kind, but.
Does he have hollow chests or anything?
Entertainment's extra, kid.
Yeah, I don't.
I have dragon chests if you'd like to play. Are you any good?
I'm not terrible, but I'm not great.
So no.
Well, I'd like to think I'm competitive.
I'm sure you would.
Like
that means sore loser. That means sore loser.
Okay, Philadelphia. You know what? Showing up in the playoffs every year is an accomplishment.
It's true. That's true.
Yes. What entertainments do we have? Storm, I hear you're somewhat legendary.
Storm's a bard and has dragon chest.
Excellent. Marley, you said you had a gaming set. Did you choose what kind?
Nope.
Would
Okay.
you like to pick one?
Sure, what are my choices?
Playing cards, dice, dragon chest are the big three.
A ribald set of playing cards, perhaps?
Let's go with the playing cards.
Okay. Are they dirty
good
or
variety.
regular?
Regular.
Okay.
Are they Shadarkais, like everybody pierced and stuff? And
They're all grayscale.
Grayscale.
And depressing.
Game of Thrones grayscale.
Yeah.
I've never been so sad to see a shirtless man.
It's like the Joker card is like a
Strange.
jester who's just weeping.
Yeah, it's the Raven. It's the Raven Queen.
Yeah.
It's just like the only joke here is me. You know?
Tears of a clown.
So yeah, you guys have cards, dragon chess.
Tears of a clown.
Chimken has all his various doodads and trinkets.
Oh yes, we can do any amount of cocaine we wish.
Coca-Talk?
I feel like that's just going to make time pass slower.
Yeah, no.
It is a stimulating invigorator.
Coca-Talk and cabin fever are probably a bad combination.
But think about how clean your room's going to be.
Yes.
Yeah, and then things escalate when we run out of the
All right, so I
Coca-Talk.
passed the whole hamster wheel. Anybody else want to pop something?
Yeah. We'll just take turns on the wheel running.
I feel great. Yeah, let's run. Yeah, come on. I know I'm not going anywhere, but it's great.
Look at my abs; they're amazing.
Oh my god.
Only
Breathing.
5
right?
hours of doing this straight.
So yeah, so you guys can entertain yourselves. If you want to talk to Alvar or Warminster, you can. If you want to hang out with Bubsy, you can. Alvar is a little, well, he's short in general, and I don't mean that as a gnome pun. But he's a little shorter if you talk to him when he's in the captain's chair. But
Sure.
he can still talk
working.
to you. Yeah.
Oh, gnome jokes. How beneath you. And
I said it wasn't a gnome joke.
Well, most of those jokes are
Hmm.
beneath most of us.
yes, just what someone making a gnome joke would say.
Hmm.
I'm not the one who hates gnomes.
I don't care for them. They're creepy.
I'm just gonna like spend my time sitting on the deck, like gonna pull up a deck chair and just enjoy some space tea, you know. Look at wild space. And every once in a while, have an epiphany and write something in my journal. Oh,
I'm right there with you, man. I'm like, I've got my lute out, and I'm looking at the wonders, and I'm playing a counter charm, just singing a song about, don't be sad and don't be scared. Courage, courage, courage.
See, I'm not the only one who pronounces it that way. It's not weird. You're weird.
Well, when you said it, one of my ears went and like
don't
picked
be
up on it.
sad.
So,
Don't be scared.
courage, courage.
Is this gonna be your bardic?
I'm working it out. Sure.
Bardic-
Do you feel inspired? You may have it.
No.
It's counter
What-
charm.
what
it gives
rhymes
us
with-
advantage against. It gives us advantage against charm and frightened stuff.
What rhymes
Fine,
with
I do it.
garage?
See, garage.
Oh, garage. yes.
Entourage is good.
Entourage.
Courage, courage, courage.
Massage.
Sovereignty. Oh, massage is
Massage.
good.
Mm-hmm. Corsage.
Course.
Massage.
good.
makes-
Ooh, there's a great art song in here somewhere.
Good. Courage, courage, courage.
Marley will probably
Oh,
sit on the
puzzle.
deck and like, seeing as she thinks that Hester is real smart, she's gonna like point to like the stars and stuff and be like, "Which one's that one?"
I'm not from this sphere, so I'm going to say hairless brute.
Have you been there?
No, sorry.
Oh.
I've mostly only been to Toro, and a planet that was all halflings. Really weird. And I come from a pretty big family, but that was too many halflings.
It's a weird place.
It's a real weird place. Breathes past a planet that is a bunch of bird people who hate lizard people who hate them in return. Didn't stop there, though. Tail and shoulders tie. That.
Yeah.
All right.
Warminster will kind of uncasually approach you all to, like, he's clearly been eavesdropping, and he says, "Oh, would you like to go?"
No, thank you.
Quite.
Quite. Are you making fun of me, Warminster?
No.
I think he's totally making fun of you.
Yes, no, I got that sense as well.
Inner thoughts.
where-
Inner thoughts again are just punching a vampire, punching a Frankenstein, charging down a hill.
Rough riding down an Itmis, are you?
Yeah.
Now, Warminster, my friend, you've been to and through the flow before. Is Torel not your native plane? I presume you're not yours, but your friend downstairs.
He'll say, "Not mine. No." And he'll kind of look off into space, and he'll say, "No one knows where the Gif are from. In many ways, we're all just lost children, looking for a home."
You're looking at
Alvar is from Toril. Yes.
Oh. Thought I recognized his foul stench the moment I stepped aboard.
Wait, Toril? No.
No.
All Earth planets look this. Kryn, that's the one. All the same after a while.
Oh.
Corinne.
Or
That's the one with the recurrent dragon problem?
something about lances, yes.
Yes, I read a book.
By, I believe the bard's name was Tracy of Hickman and Margaret of Weiss.
Margaret the White.
Yeah. Well, I suppose we haven't decided a destination, and I only have a way because I have two destinations I know it's not, and it's Toro and Mirador. So, where do you fancy? Does Alvar have bad blood on Kryn?
He'll say... Oh, where's my map?
Is it a space map?
It is a space map. I was using it earlier. Where'd it go? There it is. He'll say, yes, it turns out gnomes aren't well liked on Kryn. Can't imagine why. It seems like quite an upbeat fellow. And getting to Kryn is quite difficult from Toril. It's a one-way street for some reason. You have to go to Grey Space and then Kryn Space, and it's a whole thing. We can go. Lovely this time of year, with the Dragon Wars.
Like the leaves falling in New England? Excellent. I like that their economy makes sense. I don't like a lot else. Although I don't know if they have a Hester or not. Warminster, you seem well-traveled. Have you heard of a Hester?
In Kryn?
Well, anywhere in particular, but...
Anywhere? Huh, let me think. As I said, the Gif have no home. Stare off into space again.
Okay.
So I wouldn't know of a Hester from there, because who knows where it is. You see. I believe there is a Queen Hester in a place called Fate Space.
Oh. How close is that?
He'll say... A bit away. Once we hit the flow, maybe another 10 days.
10 days isn't bad in the flow. Fellows. Sorry, Storm, you can keep playing if you wish. What was it? Fate Space?
Fate Space, yes.
Fate Space. If all of your middle names are adventure or danger, be that as it may. Does anyone have any objections to Fate Space?
Oh, well, my middle name is Of.
Oh,
Does that?
no, I think you should still be invited, yes.
Oh, yes, sounds good. I've almost worked this song out, by the way. So, anyway, just alert me when you need me again. Sorry.
Fromage. I'm going to throw that one on there, too.
Ooh, fromage. That's good.
Professor, do you have a destination?
As far as I remember, we were just kind of signed on for your vague quest.
Yes, I thought you had a destination, didn't you?
I had 2 places I knew I wasn't going.
Oh, that leaves a lot of room for
yes, after
travel.
that's quite the process of elimination. I am just very curious about other Hesters.
I'm
Other
just-
Hesters?
I'm just here for the ingredients.
Other
So-
people named Hester? Do you have like a doppelganger?
Oh, it's title and name both often. It's kind of generational heroes of my kind. And I am just, I suppose, very curious as how the others are getting on.
Are you an avatar of a divine champion? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying that.
I don't know how to not say. Is that like naysaying?
It's yes. Naysaying, that's not saying yes. But no, I'm terribly curious as to how the job is done.
By other Hesters?
Yes, there should be one per sphere. I have it on good authority.
Did you? So are you the Hester from our sphere? My sphere?
No, that's the Hester of Backwater. No, the Hester of Greenwater. The Hester of Green Hilly is your current Hester. She is, yes, she very courageous. She defeated the elemental princes and has returned to her home where she delivers cattle.
The elemental princes. How impressive.
Yeah.
Drink tea. Smoke an asthma cigarette.
Got my catnip pipe going.
So
Yes, I'd finish them up before we leave. You've got 15 days. I'm just saying I would.
So what sphere are you the Hester of then?
Oh, well, it's the sphere that contains Mirador is my home world. I am the Hester of Grey Plains. You probably haven't heard of it. I also went to the Yavesian Arcane Academy of the Unseen.
So if our
Pretty
Hester
near.
defeated some, what does
Bless
it do?
Thank you. Excuse me.
Say it again.
What was that,
Soup.
Marley?
So if our Hester defeated some elemental princes, what did you do?
Yes, what did you do?
Oh,
I mean, it seems like you're not busy with anything
You're
now.
You're bad mouthing our Hester. Well, let's put your accomplishments up in comparison.
Tit for tat, as it were.
Okay.
That's Warminster. He's joining
yes,
in.
both Warminster and Chimken. It is not your Hester. I have it on good authority.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Damn.
Proper busted. Yes, no, lovely woman. Can deliver cattle, which is more than I can say for myself. Though I could be a fair hand at it. No, I do not mean to badmouth that, Hester. She just she did not have anything I was looking for, so perhaps my disappointment is shining through.
Methinks the lady has a taste of Hester envy. Perhaps you should.
Well,
Perhaps you.
don't know about that.
A tad. I might have something for that.
There
Let's see what I
There's
have.
no way in all the hells that you have a tincture for Hester and me.
Let's just see.
Well,
yes,
well-
my tumescence tamer ought to do the trick.
That's a
Guarded
spoon
to
that I hit my
soften.
wiener with.
Guarded to soften the most optimistic ideal.
No, I don't think that's. I don't have one of those.
I will write you a prescription. Redeem it at any time.
Well, but thank you. Thank you.
So you want to
no-
go to Fate Space? Do you know the Hester of Fate Space?
No, but I hear she's a queen, and that sounds terribly fascinating, doesn't it?
Does anybody know anything about Fate Space? Do we have any kind of like documentation on different
Yes.
spheres or anything like
Either
that?
of us who have spelljammed before make it.
Yeah, so
Check.
both Chimken and Hester can make a check, and Warminster will see if he can remember anything outside of what he just said.
What kind of
Are
check
we-
is this?
Intelligence. History, if you have it.
Rolled a 2.
Ooh.
I'm done.
Is there any chance I could maybe Arcana check it?
No, because this would be outside the sphere knowledge, so you wouldn't.
Literal sphere of
Yeah.
knowledge.
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
No, and since I've already admitted that I have not been there, I appropriately rolled a 4, which is a 9, but that
Okay.
still falls short of most DCs.
Yeah, Warminster kind of thinks for a second, and he says, "Ugh. Sorry to say, can't remember much else about it. Something about... Bide is the planet, I believe.
Bide.
Yes.
Well,
Fate Space, and we're going to the planet of Bide. Okay.
well, it sounds like an adventure all around, but listen, I did not
Why?
hitch
Why?
all of you to my wagon. You are free to have your say. There are many spheres and many Hesters that I would choose to investigate. If anyone wants to make any kind of 12 Angry Men push.
I don't got anywhere
If
better.
I
to go.
recall, there's a lot of dramatic turning in that movie. Everybody's like, get up and turn away from the table. Look out the window.
Oh, there it is. Literal. Yeah, no,
Man.
I thought you meant like dramatic turns in the script.
So
No, there's a
much.
lot of literal dramatic turning.
Yes.
Just go, you know? My son.
It simply was the first one that came up, and I jumped at the opportunity, but we are no... I have
Yeah.
many unanswered questions out in the flow.
I'm going to get up and turn dramatically, looking out at the stars, roll up my sleeves, smoke and hazmat cigarette. I have no particular preference. I'm here for ingredients and adventure and money.
1, 2, and 3.
I
As
turn
as-
dramatically.
As far as I'm concerned, this is the floating gymnasium.
I look out the other side of the ship, remembering that Chimken doesn't like the gymnasium. And I look down at my locket,
Who
and I
stole my
turn back
socks?
around and say, Storm,
Yes.
what would you like to do a dramatic turn? I thought we were all doing one.
Oh, hold on.
Pretty good.
Thanks.
That was
Thanks.
pretty
Sorry,
good.
I was working out this song. That's all
Hmm.
right.
Oh, yes, did not mean to distract.
That's
Marley,
all
should-
right. I mean,
should-
we're here. Like I said, I'm here for the adventure. Fate Space sounds just.
Fateful, does it not?
We have to go, right?
Yeah.
I mean, or we buck the fates, perhaps.
Or tempt the fates.
That
Ah,
could be. I've never.
my
It could
breath
be
is so
fetching.
fresh.
What if what have the Bates ever done to you? Buck the Fates. It's a spoonerism joke. Look it up.
Yes, I hear it.
Okay, good. Yes, Marley, would you like to dramatically look off the side of the ship and think anything? No, also pretty good. Pretty good. Good yes ending, everyone. I like it. Well, Fate Space it is then, and bye, dear uncle.
Warminster will say, that is, of course, if the flow cooperates, which I'm sure it will. On your right, you'll see we're passing a planet.
Mm-hmm.
Chandos! All water.
Amazing.
Sounds wet.
Does it have clouds?
It does.
So
Presumably.
it's just a blue planet with clouds.
Yeah, and if you there's kind of like a big green stretch around the middle, and the two caps are like white, so maybe they're polar ice caps.
So there is some land.
Of
Or is it just frozen ice?
Yes.
There's ice at the top. Warminster will say, I don't quite know what that bit in the middle is.
Is it inhabited with peoples?
I think there are water elves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, thank you.
Sea elves? An elf who lives underwater.
That sounds
I see. I see SEA. That's it. Well, I'm sure there's wonderful varieties of kelp, but I believe we are going to the Fate base.
Yes, but I do hope you find some ingredients for your tinctures.
I plan on plucking hairs from the hamster tonight. As it sleeps, unaware.
Do I still have to detect thoughts on, or did he say that out loud?
No one the wiser.
None shall be the one. There's something in this tea.
Can I get perception checks from everyone who did a dramatic turn to stare off into space, please?
Awesome.
Oh,
For sure.
not so good. Unless there's advantage involved.
Oh,
man.
No, I got 11.
Okay.
It's okay.
5.
Oh.
I got an 18 on the dice, which means I rolled an 18.
Good job.
Marley?
14.
14. Okay. So Marley and Hester, as you dramatic turn out into space, you notice kind of... It looks like there's a bunch of objects kind of around the ship. Almost like a minefield, but they're kind of these big white bony clusters.
Ooh. Does the
Do
ship
they
have
look
ballistas?
like they're from the ship?
No, it looks like they're floating in space. And the ship does have ballistas. It has 2 of them.
I'm gonna run over to a ballista.
I say, Warminster,
Yes.
should we be flying straight through these?
Oh, not at all. No. And he'll kind of run to the little captain's thing and start yelling into that thing. The space hamster comes running up the stairs, and he goes to one of the ballistas, and he puts on a little headset. And then he hits a lever, and it shoots an arrow just kind of in the middle of nowhere, and then a food pellet drops down, and he starts eating it.
This is a terrible reality you've presented. Oh. Okay. We are still within space, correct?
Yes, we're in wild space.
Okay. If I magic missile, 3 of them,
Mm-hmm.
of these bony space mines.
Mhm.
Does it? What effect does that have?
It would probably do damage to them.
Okay, well, I would hope so.
Do you actually do it?
Yes, I'm sorry.
Okay.
It was less hypothetical, and hey, I did that. What happened?
Okay.
I apologize. I phrased it like a question.
So, do you want to hit 3 different ones, or
Yes.
just okay? So you hit 3 different ones, and the little bony clusters split apart, and you can see they are animated skeletons,
Oh.
and they all take out weapons and level them at the ship. Everybody roll initiative.
Yeah.
Whoa.
All hands on deck. We're being Harryhausen.
Skeletons. At a 12.
No shoot.
Space skeletons. Skeletons of space, wandering the spaceways,
Skeletons.
searching for life.
Yeah, that's a...
Space necromancy seems more frightening than the basic necromancy.
Space necromancers. Resurrecting the cosmos.
Necromancers out the
A
nebula.
necromancer resurrecting a dead star. Ooh, that would be so.
Okay.
Undead star.
Undead star. Somebody do that. Yeah.
Undead star.
And I'm going. Did anyone get above a 20?
No.
I got a dirty 20.
Dirty 20?
Yes.
Anybody? Okay, so it's Hester at 20. 15 to 20.
15.
15. 10 to 15.
I got a 12.
12.
Skeletons.
So I'll tell you what I got, which was a 6.
6.
Yep. Since I'm the last one. Outside of the aggressors.
Okay. Hester of Great Plains, it is your turn.
You probably haven't heard of it. Oh goodness! And this is I initiated the combat by casting the first thing. Oh goodness gracious me! How close are they?
They are about 60 feet from you guys.
I see. This is still the first day that we started.
Yeah, but you.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I am okay with that. Although I have cast Detect Thoughts again. I said. All right. Well, I don't trust them to have a mind, do I? Does any of our fellows appear to be a ranged threat? That is our people, my own crew here. Does anyone have an obvious ranged weapon?
Chimken has... I don't know if Chimken showed you the turret yet, but he does have a turret.
He's only shown us his friend who will inject us with chemicals while he was on, I believe, cocaine. So I don't... Okay, we'll hold on to that one. Let's see. Is that true? Let me look that one up. But I believe I can fly. Let's real quick. Let me check my range. I should have that in my little dinger-donger here. Are they within 60 feet?
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. I would like to cast Frostbite on the closest one.
Okay.
It should make a Constitution check 13.
It will make its con save.
Boo. I don't wish to manipulate... Oh, I also have luck. Re-roll it.
He will fail his con save.
Nice. He would take 2d6 damage. Ice, if that matters or doesn't. I presume he's in the cold void of space. He doesn't care too much about it.
Wild space isn't cold. It's room,
No.
It's room temp.
I love the Victorian madness that we are all embarking upon. So that's 8 cold damage.
Okay.
And it should, I believe, gain disadvantage on its next attack.
Okay.
That's true. So yes, whichever one was closest or what have you, the wedge of the sphere there. And then I will advance to the back.
So retreat.
Yes, a retro advance, they call it.
Marley, it is your turn.
Okay, so these skeletons are like floating out in space in front of us?
Yes.
Okay. So
Did each of them take 1d4 plus 1 damage?
Go ahead and roll that, and I'll add it to some skeletons.
One of them took 4. Another one took 5, and another one took 3.
Okay.
Okie dokie. So my first thing is I'm going to use my bonus action to summon one of my spirit totems.
Okay.
So I'm gonna summon the bear spirit.
Okay. What does that look like, and what does it do?
So my spirit looks real shadowy, kind of like he's only got like candlelight as eyes, and it's like a 60-foot like area, I think. Oh no, wait, I can move it up to 60 foot. It's a 30-foot radius. So I imagine that he just is like a big old burr that like covers the ship. And I'm gonna choose all of our allies that are on the ship to get temporary hit points, so 5 plus my druid level, so that's gonna be 13. And then in addition, everybody gains advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws.
Okay. Does everybody get that? You got 10 hit points. And advantage
How many?
13.
Whoa.
13 temporary hit points? Holy
Yeah.
sheep. Thank you.
Very nice. And advantage on save checks. Or strength.
Yep.
Excellent.
Cool.
Okay.
And then are they kind of like all close together, or are they kind of like spread out, you would say?
So they were in clusters. So they're bunched. So there's like 3 together, 3 together, 4 together, and one of them's a lot bigger than the others, and then like 3 together.
Andy,
Mm-hmm.
I said that I gave inspiration to Sean earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Is that legit?
Sure, unless you don't
for
want
this?
it to be, but otherwise.
No, I want it to be.
Then yeah.
I want it to be. And I was also doing the counter charm song, which gives all of us advantage against any saves against charm or fear attacks.
Okay.
Or situations, just so everybody knows. Just that was what was going on prior to us, and it should last. That effect should last through the end of this turn. If I don't refresh it, it will at least last this long. Anyway.
So if Johnny Skelly Man tries to put the move on me.
That's right. You'll have a bit of an advantage, don't you?
Yes. Try again.
Try again, Boney.
Also, terribly sorry, Andrew. It's my first time trying a familiar. Is it a bonus action to summon my owl from the void?
Give me a second.
And I apologize. I only have the rules to how to cast it, not my dismissing it. And
is that not in the text of the
it almost certainly is. I just made a cheat sheet to avoid
okay.
the very situation. And here we are, flipping pages.
Flipping pages, don't you know?
You may communicate. It's an action. I've already taken my action. Okay. I will remember to do that next time then. Excellent.
Okay. Anything else on your turn, Marley?
Yeah. I think for right now, I'm just gonna throw an ice knife at one of them.
Okay.
Nice.
So a shard, fling it at one creature within range, make a ranged spell attack on the target. Okay, so I guess I had to make a ranged spell attack.
Ice knife, more like nice knife.
Well, that's a nat 20, so I'm
Okay.
gonna assume that
Nice
hits.
ice.
Mm-hmm.
The nicest knife.
So on hit, the target takes 1d10 piercing damage.
It wasn't the nicest ice the friends we made along the way.
It truly was.
Okay, so
I'll never forget that space hamster.
is it just the 1d10 or is it plus anything? Do I get my spell attack bonus?
I have that spell as well.
Let me see.
Believe it is just the 1d10,
It's
but then it explodes within
Yeah.
5 feet.
Yeah, that's true.
So
Okay,
that's
so
its-
three damage, and then it explodes.
You crit, so you get to roll that damage twice.
That's true.
Sick. That's right. Oh, so then plus 8, so 11.
Okay.
So that's 11 piercing,
And
and
I
then
have to make
anything
dex
within
saves.
5 feet makes a dex save.
The other two will fail.
They
Okay,
take
then,
2d6 cold.
which is gonna be 8.
Okay. So you chuck the ice knife, and the one skeleton explodes into a bunch of little bits, and they all start to float away. And the other two skeletons are buffeted by an ice and bone explosion, and they take some damage.
Sick.
And the tightest thing about that is it does not have a verbal component. As I know, because I was attacked by an ice knife by a silenced monster.
That's my favorite, because it's the one I always remember for some reason.
Yeah.
And I know that wizards can teleport even if they don't have a wand. It's my other thing. It's just verbal. Chimken.
Okay, so I'm going to summon one of my devices. Let's see. It is called the Vacillator. So it this little ballista thing appears next to me. It takes an action. So I want to say that this little, how do I describe it? You know how like a dial with 4 numbers, and I have to turn the numbers. They go through 1 through 9, and you do 4 in sequence. So I want to say that mine has a numeric passcode in order to activate it. So this one is 0, 0, 0, 0. No one will ever figure out this passcode. Just to hover. There's a bonus. I can make it move 15 feet. So I want to have it go up and diagonal. And then I want to go inside that building with the windows and drink tea and watch my force ballista wreak havoc on the space skeletons.
Okay.
That's it for me.
Okay. It is the skeleton's turn. A couple of them will draw short bows, and they'll attack. Let's go with Marley. That's a miss. Storm. That's a miss. Marley again. Oh my god, guys. It's not any better. There we go.
It's not getting better.
Marley, one of the short bow, it fires, and you're like, the other ones are just peppering around you ineffectively, like comically so. Like I rolled 1, 2, 3 in sequence in there, and then repeated that essentially. But one of them, so you're kind of like, whatever, stupid skeletons, and then one of them sticks in you real hard because it crits. And you take 10 piercing damage.
Oh.
Oh man.
And then the giant skeleton will pick up 2 of the skeletons nearest it and throw them onto the ship. So 2 skeletons hit the deck, roll, and draw short swords and buckler shields.
We're being Harryhausened.
Storm of Stars, it is your turn.
Okay, so I was, I guess, where we all were discussing stuff.
Mhm.
So where were we, like center of the deck or
Yeah, like
something?
center of the deck, pretty much.
Okay, and you said Chimken went into the wheelhouse,
Mhm.
whatever. All right, and the bony dudes are where relative to us?
They're about 20 feet in front of you.
Okay, I am going to sort of stand up to my full sort of cat height, puff my fur out, start flipping my tail back and forth, and put my ears back. And I'm gonna say, I don't know what to say to this guy. I want to viciously mock him. Space skeletons are stupid. Wisdom save.
Nailed it.
Nailed
You're
it.
burnt.
I'm at a loss, man. I'm attacking
Nice.
space like bony dudes.
They
It's a DC 16.
It will roll a 19 on its save, -1, so
bastard.
18. And it'll kind of look at you and then just chatter its mouth because it can't talk anymore.
Space skeleton with excellent self-esteem.
I am not stupid. Hashtag self-care.
It's just terrible. Well, I accept the hit because that sucked. I mean, I didn't know what to say to it. It was really terrible. So I'm gonna turn to Hester and say, "I'm sure you can do better than that," and I'm gonna do inspiration as a bonus action.
Fantastic. Yes.
And then I'm going to. How close is Marley to me?
No more than 10 feet.
Okay. I'm gonna stay by her.
Okay.
I'm gonna move close to her.
Okay, it is the ship's turn. And Warminster curses at Bubsy for wasting a shot. And Bubsy kind of... there's like a little foot pedal crank, and it kind of foot pedal cranks and spins the ballista around, and it's going to take an actual shot. Yeah, it's not bad. And it will hit the giant and do some damage. Okay. And then Warminster will kind of patting down his uniform. He'll say, "Oh yes," and he'll pull out a hand grenade, pull the pin, and throw it.
Does that make fire?
We're not in the flow yet, so we're probably okay.
Yeah, once we get in the phlogiston, that be a problem. For now, we're...
He knows what he's doing, right?
Yeah,
I'll just-
he ostensibly knows what he's doing.
Deferred to the GIF, right?
And he'll kind of cook the grenade because it has nothing to land on, so he'll wait a second and then throw it. And he blows up one of the little clusters of skeletons.
Oh, off to one of the sides, so one of our flanks is...
Yeah. So
Okay.
I only have one of those. And Hester, it is your turn again.
Oh, well done. We have been boarded by two skeletons.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And would you say they are within 5 feet of each other, or
Yes.
or nah? Okay. Oh man, I have too many things that are themselves actions that she thinks she should do. But let's I will ice knife.
Okay.
The one on the left.
Okay.
Good adventures go left. Oh. My dice are quite good tonight. That's a 21 to hit.
Oh, yeah.
So that is 1d10 damage to him. That's 7, right? There's no pluses to that.
Okay. No.
Okay, and his neighbor should make a dexterity save at its earliest opportunity.
Fail.
Excellent. Then that's 2d6 ice damage to him, which is only a 4. Not impressive.
Okay.
And I will aggressively, strategically backpedal a little more.
You all have it.
You're doing great. And I will continue to have inspiration, which is pretty exciting.
Okay.
Inspiration, I give it to you.
Marley, it is your turn.
I am a fan of the crooners.
So we've got skeletons on the ship now.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think then I want to conjure animals
Okay.
and 1 or lower.
Your DM should have a list.
Well, she has seen a giant space hamster, so...
Well, I feel like, I don't know, maybe I've been reading the signals wrong, but he's been specifically mentioning that this giant space hamster is the size of a brown bear.
Yeah, you would use brown bear stats for giant space hamster.
Wow.
Can I please summon a giant space hamster?
Hold on, let me double check brown bear stats real quick.
Yeah, that's what I was checking.
Because it might...
What are we looking for? CRs?
I believe it's CR.
Okay. The only thing I would change. Flip the damage of its bite and claws.
Okay.
Its bite does way more damage than its claws.
For the sake of the space hamster.
For the sake of the space hamster, because it's got those sharp
For the sake of the space hamster, everyone. Let's get it together.
Okay. Then I will summon a giant space hamster.
Okay. Bubsy looks at it and kind of...
Does he make a Chewbacca noise?
That was a Tusken Raider, sorry.
That was
was
a
a Tusken Raider.
Native Tatooine. Native
Yes,
Tatooine,
please.
I'm sorry.
It's 2019. Let's get and stay woke, please.
So then I need to roll initiative for him.
I'm just gonna have it go on your turn because that's easiest.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yep. So you can give it an action now if you want.
I'll say charge.
The return in superior numbers.
March single file.
That's right, they went single file.
So yeah, the space hamster charges.
Yes.
And it still gets a multi-attack?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Does Brown Bear not get multi-attack?
No, it does. It does.
Yes.
Yeah, yes. We're just switching damage is all.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do an attack then.
Are you doing a claw or a bite first?
A bite.
Excellent.
So that's going to be a 15.
Is a hit.
Okay, cool. And so that's, you said the bite was the 2d6 plus 4. Let's do, ooh, that's not good at all. 5 plus 4, 9 damage.
Okay, that destroys the one skeleton.
Yeah, I thought you said it wasn't any good, but okay.
Okay, and then claws to the other
Mhm.
skeleton. Okay, cool. And that'll be an 18.
Is a hit.
And 1d8 plus 4. So that's going to be 11 damage.
Okay. That destroys the other skelly man.
Excellent.
Is petting my giant space hamster a free action?
Yes.
Then I would love to do that.
Okay. Give it scritches. Even though it's made up of space stuff or something.
And then that's my turn.
Okay.
It's made of fey nonsense.
Chimken.
So, is there a skeleton menacing one of my allies?
There are no more skeletons on the deck of the ship, but there are skeletons who have short bows who have been harassing your friends.
Inbound.
I will. My force ballista, the vacillator, rotates and fires at one of them. +7.
Nice.
Total of 20.
Ooh, nice. Yeah, hit.
It's gonna do a cool 2d8 force damage.
Ooh, yeah.
Whoops, wrong die. Which is a bummer. 4 and 3. 7 force damage, and it's pushed 5 feet. And I want to start having my force ballistic kind of get close to a clump of them, because it can do something special. How many are left?
So I was just about to say, there are 6 left.
Okay.
Because you just blew one up. That was the other thing.
And
So-
one of them is quite large.
One of them is a giant, yeah, so...
All right, it's gonna just kind of position itself, and the next round it's gonna make like a suicide charge at them, and I will detonate it. Like the
Nice.
Death Star with our big sparks,
Okay.
ring of energy that wafts out, special edition style.
Throws off local tides. Systems around.
The remaining skeletons will take some short bow shots. Oh my god, guys.
Garbage.
It's not even one die that's rolling all the ones, so I can't even get mad at it. There were 2 more in there. Okay. One hits the bear, and one hits Storm, so 5 damage to each. And
I would like to cutting words. What was the attack?
okay, so the total roll was 22.
Ooh.
Ew.
I'll reduce the damage then, rather than.
Actually, my dear friend, my first space friend from Toro, Storm here, has done me the favor of inspiration. I would instead like that roll to be a 4.
Okay, that roll misses.
Oh.
Stupid Diceomancer.
I feel the hand of fate somehow guide an arrow like just past my shoulder or something.
Yeah, so I need to find a way to mark spending lux, because I did make a re-roll, right?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all remember that? Okay.
Does Hester wear any particular fragrance? Or is she fragrant in a specific way?
Let me think of that, because I'm discovering her a lot on stream. But yes, almost certainly yes. I will get
Okay,
back to you as to
I
which
feel like
fragrance.
when that happened, I smelled her for a second right next to me. I got a whiff of
Yes,
her near me.
Bit of lavender or something.
Great. Lavender is very beneficial.
The giant skeleton will take out like this honking big axe that it has a rope tied to, and it will throw it onto the ship. And I'm gonna see if it sticks onto the ship. It does. It slams into the deck, and it starts pulling itself towards the ship.
Damn.
Guess that's one way to get on the ship.
Yes.
Storm of Stars.
I'm gonna sort of puff myself up even bigger if I can.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna face down against Skelly Lord, and I'm gonna go and use dissonant whispers to get inside his head. Another wisdom saving throw, 16.
It will fail its wisdom saving throw.
Awesome. Okay, so he's taking a little damage. What is it? 3 die 8? I think that's right. Sorry. 1 sec. It's right there. 3 die 6.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then he has to go away from me as fast as he can.
Okay. So yeah,
because he's a scared.
it will use its reaction
Or
to
he's a pained.
move itself backwards on the rope.
To do what?
He'll move himself backwards on the rope, like he'll
Oh,
let it
let
out.
a bunch of slack.
He takes 9 psychic.
Okay.
And I'm going to inspire Marley, because I've inspired the other two already. Courage, courage, courage.
Bubsy the space hamster will flop over and start drinking from one of those big hamster like water.
Oh, bottles with the vitamin water in it?
Yeah, and just start drinking. And Warminster will pull from his brace of pistols 2 pistols, and he'll shoot at some skeletons. Oh, they both hit. That's not too bad. Okay, and he'll pepper some skeletons. Hester.
Oh, yes. The giant, you say, does it look particularly bothered other than the fact that it is fearful of our catman?
It's taken some...
He's actually more in pain than fearful, just to be clear, sir.
Okay.
He's taken some damage.
Okay. Let's see if we can't put him away. Real quick, Andrew, I'm going to cast Mind Spike.
What?
Mind Spike, yes. It's one of these bullshit spells Soups makes up.
Spell of magic bullshit?
Yes. Now, its base damage is 3d8, but when I increase its level, it says it does additional d6s. Do we believe that's a misprint?
That is almost certainly a misprint.
Almost certainly, correct? But I would play it either way. So if you're fine with it doing additional d8s, I would like to cast it at the 4th level.
I feel like that was an errata immediately, even.
Certainly. Again, it simply breaks the mold very significantly. So, I am going to ask for a wisdom saving throw from the giant skelly man.
Okay. And I give it a quick Google. It is an error.
Okay, excellent.
Failed with save.
Excellent. And I will regain a 2nd level spell slot because it's a divination spell.
Oh, screw you.
Yes. I hate DMs, also dice. Okay, so I'm going to do 3d8, I'm going to do 5d8. I've always said if I do 3d8, I've done 5d8, you know what I mean?
I say it all the time.
Yeah, all the time. I'm very famous for it. All right, so that's 10. That's another 8. That's 18. And I said 5d8, so I don't get to roll it again twice. 18, 21. 21 psychic damage.
Okay.
And if I choose to concentrate on it, I get to know where it is. It's the giant scally man. I'm pretty sure I don't need to waste the action concentrating on that. But for now, it cannot turn invisible on me.
So this like jagged blue spike of energy just slams into this thing's head, and its eye sockets are now glowing blue, and it just looks pissed as shit.
I would like to strategically advance in reverse a little bit further.
Okay. You're pushing up against the back of the ship.
Yeah, I'm right up against the back of the ship by now, yes.
Okay, that was Hester. Marley.
All right.
Oscar.
Yes. I was going to say, I'm going to send my new pal Oscar to attack this giant, gross skeleton.
Mm-hmm.
So, back up those stats. Let's do a bite first.
Okay.
Ooh, that's going to be good. That's going to be a 22.
Is a hit.
And 13 damage on that one.
Okay.
And then let's go for a claw. Oh my gosh. That's 2 in a row. Another 23 time. And I need my d8. Ow. Ooh. That's going to be 6 damage for that one.
Okay. The hamster kind of jumps and leaps at this giant skeleton and just harasses it, but it shoves the hamster off it, and it's hanging on there, but it's kind of, you can see like the sinews that are holding it together are real, like, stretching apart at this point. And Chimken, or I'm sorry, Marley still has a turn, because that was just Oscar's turn. So.
Oh, true, yes.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, hey, wait a second. So it looks like pretty done in at this point.
It's pretty hurt.
Alrighty. I'm just gonna take out my scimitar and I'm gonna do an attack.
Okay.
Gonna do a slice. Oof. That's no good. That's a 10.
10 is a miss against the giant scaly man.
Can my dear friend Marley have rolled a 15 instead?
That'll give me a 22.
You also have inspiration too. If you already used it.
Inspiration.
Oh, which would you prefer?
I'll take the 15 because that's
Yes.
guaranteed. So, yeah, I'll go with that 22.
Oh man, this is broke AF. I haven't gotten to play with it yet, but we're doing it now.
And I guess you could, you could use inspiration on top of it if you really needed to. But
Sure.
that is a hit.
All right, then that's gonna be 8 damage.
Okay, the giant skeleton will bust apart.
Nice.
Just do a big old slash down on him.
Does all of its minions immediately also?
No,
No, okay.
but there's only a
Different
couple
rule
of them
set.
left.
And then I would like to rush to Oscar's side.
Okay.
And he's okay. Do I need to make like a concentration check or anything?
Did you take damage?
Oh no, I didn't.
Okay.
JK.
Chimken. There are a couple skeletons left near your ballista, and then there's a couple skeletons out to the right of the ship.
I'm going to send it into a clump of them, and then I will use an action to detonate it.
Beep.
So that all within 10 feet must make a dex save. DC 15.
So 3 will fail and 2 succeed.
So the ones who fail take 9 force. The others take 4 force.
Okay.
I used the force.
So that'll blow apart the 3 that failed, and then the other 2 kind of are spinning off into space, and they look real hurt. If anybody can hit them,
Like a TIE fighter?
yeah, like
Darth
Darth
Vader is
TIE
piloting?
fighting.
Alright. I'll be buttering toast inside, listening to Wonderful. Yeah, that worked quite well.
Yeah, I'll viciously mock one of them as he's going away. I'll say, "You just got boned."
There we are.
There you go.
How's it
There you
make
go. I
bone?
still got it.
Roll damage.
He takes 5 points of psychic damage.
And as he splits apart, you can just see his one skeleton hand float by the ship.
That's right. I'm gonna use Mage Hand to grab that little finger if I can.
Okay.
Try and pull it back as a souvenir.
And then Warminster will shoot the other skeleton and destroy it.
Nice.
And
Are we out of skeletons?
we are out of skeletons.
Oh man, I was going to anime missile, magic missile, everything, but it's better this way.
And Warminster will say, "Well, that was something. But adventure tally-ho!"
Hester will stand up from her final form of retreat, which was huddling into a ball at the back. Be like, yes. How bracing.
Yeah. So is this normal? This kind of thing?
That's what I was gonna ask.
I mean, this specifically, no. But this kind of thing happens in wild space. These are probably left over for one of the unhuman wars.
The war between the elves and the goblins and the orcs?
Quite, yes.
Or, I'm sorry, the Scrow.
Space orcs, yes.
Space orcs.
Sporks.
Mm,
Where I come from, we know them as sporks.
That sounds right.
But those are the ones who are ruled by logic, right?
Oh, yes. The
Mr.
others
Spork?
are ruled by emotion.
Well, they say they're ruled by logic, but I mean, they seem to take an awful lot personally.
Yeah, sure do.
It's true, they do.
You know what, Warminster? You're good people.
Thank you. And as you float through this boneyard you have created, it's where we'll end the episode. So, outros and plugs. Timothy.
Hi, I'm Timothy, Storm of Stars here. Timothy Magic on Twitter, Timothy McCown Reynolds on Instagram. I make art and fun with my friends here. Hooray!
Cece.
Hi, I'm Cece, aka Soup, aka Soupsica. You can find me at Soupsica on Twitter and Instagram. I do artwork. I do a lot of our channel artwork. So if you want to support that, come check me out.
Sean.
Hello, everybody. My name is Sean. There's no dice camera action for now. Maybe ever. Who knows? There's no waffle talk. But this weekend is the Descent, so I'm going to be doing special each day. I'll do a show on my Twitch channel, Power Score RPG. And we'll talk about all the stuff we watched on the Descent. So that'll be like probably Saturday at like 1 p.m. Eastern, and then Sunday 1 p.m. Eastern, and then Monday whenever, who knows. And I'll also be running games this weekend. And if you haven't seen it, you might want to check out the last Waffle Talk we did. It was really good. Everybody got to kind of talk about the Pro Jared Holly thing, and everybody was very cool about it. And I also ran a Ghosts of Salt Marsh Tantalizer, where we played through the Isle of the Abbey, which is a second edition adventure I've been wanting to run for really like 20 years. And I'll be running another Ghosts of Salt Marsh on Saturday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to run The Styes, a stinky swamp city adventure from the fantastic Paizo Dungeon Magazine era.
Nice.
So yeah, there's a lot going on, everybody. Check it out and celebrate the Dungeons and the Dragons together.
The dungeon
Oh, Soup did a voice. I like that.
them together.
And Marty.
You put them together, you get a stew going. Yes, it's your girl, the Hester of Great Plains. Thank you so much for showing up. I'm here plugging space travel, friendship, Hipperman, boneyards, deuces, nerds.
I'm Andy Hatton at Andy Hatton on Twitter. You should definitely go check out the last episode of Waffle Talk. It was very good and very helpful to process feelings associated with everything that's happening.
Everybody was cool.
Everybody was really.
Yeah.
It was a really good conversation, and no one was not cool. It was great.
Yeah, lots of love to you and Shauna and Dylan for having that
Props,
conversation.
absolutely.
Might be the
Would
last Waffle Talk ever.
Yeah.
And it would have been very easy to have just not done it.
Just not done it,
Yeah.
and you guys did a great job in doing it.
Yeah.
No,
I think it was important.
it's like the elephant was in the room and you just were like, there it is. There's the fucking elephant. So pardon my Anglo-Saxon.
There's like no way.
Yeah.
I really wanted to talk about it. So
Yes.
People are crazy, man. Everybody was going nuts. They were. Wow, there's a lot of crazy stuff going on out there that day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just teeing off. This is crazy.
Uh,
Like dancing on Progearian's grave. That's what it was like. It was just insane. It was crazy.
It got weird. But if you like Spelljammer, the DM's Guild / Drive-Thru RPG finally added the Adventures in Space box set as a print-on-demand option. And I ordered it today because...
Like, literally today, right?
Like, literally today. Like, I checked it for the first... Because I go to the DM's Guild a lot, and I checked on it, and it's like, newest under print. And I was like, God damn it, I just ordered something. Order again.
Mm-hmm.
But I am super happy for that. Maybe Planescape, the Planescape box set would be next, because that would be nice. Because I don't want to have to spend $200 to get it off of eBay.
They've done a lot of the Planescape books.
Mm-hmm.
They're weird because the poster maps are in the book.
Yeah, and you kind of just chopped up, but I mean, it's nice, and you can try and piece them together with the PDF. But on Monday, there will be a Call of Cthulhu stream that was totally not recorded in advance. It's definitely live. You should watch it.
We'll hold up today's newspaper and everything.
Yeah. And then next week, Task Force Unlikely is back in episode 17, Home. So we'll see where everything goes from there.
Probably home.
Probably home.
Hopefully less weird houses and more weird homes. It's not a weird house. It's a weird home.
Yeah. I like it.
Pretty proud of that one, actually. You can use that.
I will. Have a good night, everybody. That'll be the tagline of the next episode. What I put in
Be
the
good, Internet.
box.
Behave.